Welcome everybody. Poker with Kids vlog number 38. This time looking at the recently completed APT series from Brisbane. Unfortunately with my own schedule, I really didn't get much of a chance to get up to Brisbane. Being based on the Gold Coast, it's a little bit of a trip, but I only actually managed time to get up there on the Sunday. I decided to play one event and one satellite. So I played the high roller. They call them seat chasers, but they're effectively satellites. The seat chase for the high roller, finished midfield in that one, and then played the mega stack freeze out that they had later on in the day. Not so successful in that one, finished relatively early, a few hours in. But yeah, overall, a good series. The usual kind of standards you'd expect for APT. Didn't seem too much different from a normal series. The only things I would say, I know I actually had a mask with me. I chose not to wear it. There weren't many people wearing masks, especially as I was outside. They had like a marquee area, which you'll see later in the vlog. Basically an outdoor area that was had a marquee over it, was covered. But that was basically, especially early in the afternoon, very, very hot. So it wasn't something I was really looking forward to, putting a mask on with the heat that it had. It got a bit cooler in the afternoon, a bit more manageable, but having said that, still didn't put the mask on. Good to see. Big shout out to Jason, who was on my table for the Mega Stack. We sat down before the tournament started. He's gone, "Oh, how are you? How your vlog's going?" So good to have a fellow watcher on the felt with me, and saw a few familiar faces, and good to catch up with a few people. But yeah, looking forward to getting some more live poker back in the not too distant future. Hopefully, as you'll see mentioned later, and I think it's actually early 2021, where they're looking at having the next series at Southport. So yeah, looking forward to that one. By the sounds of it, it's going to be I think a six-day event. So really a big event planned for Southport. Whereas the one that they ran in Brisbane was just over 3 days and a little bit more compact. Not quite as many, I suppose, non-Hold'em events or specialty kind of events. They didn't have like a ladies event or anything like that. Only had sort of short deck and PLO as their non-Hold'em event. So it was basically just a Hold'em series. But yeah, those kind of things I imagine would be going again at Southport. So that'll be good to play in. Hopefully have a bit more time and being a bit closer to home. Should be able to get to a few more events, but we'll see how things are early next year. But anyway, let's jump straight into vlog number 37, the APT Brisbane. So here we have the main playing hall at Eaton's Hill, pretty big space. Plenty of tables. We've got tables up the top as well as on the lower level. And here's another view from the other side of the hall with their registration area just behind me, and their new system that had registrations. Here's your little scanners and scanners in action. So you rocked up with your phone with your QR code, scanned and printed out your little ticket for the tournament. Worked reasonably well. There were a few people who had issues, but for the most part, reasonably smooth way of doing things. I was able to purchase the QR code effectively at the venue, and then you just have to quickly go and scan it at the machine. Here's your ticket that they printed out, so all good. This is the outdoor marquee area that they had for the events. They had some of the smaller events out there, and that's inside. So plenty of tables there, well spaced out. It did get a bit warm, but so be it. This is from the satellite and the Mega Stack event a little bit later in the day. I actually caught some footage of the Mega Stack, so we'll get to some hands. Excitement of some junk that we fold. First big hand that I played was this one, Ace King. Again, just a pretty standard play. Raised pretty, caught a king on the flop, bet flop, bet turn, and got a fold on the turn. So nothing particularly special about the hand, but again, just a few times when I got the camera out for the Mega Stack event. Again, it's a bit easier. This time I was actually on the end of the long table, so I wouldn't have to worry about people sort of beside me or behind me sort of seeing cards and things like that. I've had the camera running. So again, just more excitement of folding junk. This one was I think checked in the big blind, and the run out, I think I made a straight on the either on the turn or river, and picked up a small pot. And this was just on break, and we get to some comments that I made on the break. Here we are at ABT Brisbane, playing the Mega Stack Kings playing card event, one of the final events of the series. I finally made it up here on the Sunday. Only played 2 events, well, 1 event and a satellite. Obviously didn't make it through for the high roller satellite. Busted midfield in that one. Nothing particularly great to report on that one. Currently sitting just under start stack in the Mega Stack. Started with 60k, pretty big start stack, hence the Mega Stack title. I think at the moment sitting on 49k, so a little bit down there. We've got around 150 entries to it, so a pretty big field. Playing in the excitement of the outdoor marquee, which is not too bad at the moment. They got a bit of shade from the main Eaton's Hill building that you can see in the background. But I know definitely for the high roller satellite, which is also in the marquee area, it was pretty warm at some point. So yeah, it actually looks and feels a lot like a regular APT series. We've got plenty of numbers, big turnouts. As you see from the shots inside, it's pretty much a regular looking setup. Although again, they have the marquee outside rather than, I don't think they're actually using the area across the road, which they did last time for things like the grind and the Players Championship. So it's basically the inside the main ballroom. Upstairs they've got some tables there, and the marquee outside where they have a few extra tables. So regular setup a bit. I suppose the one drawback is that you're outside for the lesser events, but apart from that, pretty good. So see how we go. I think we've already lost about 15 or so players, so see how we go for the remainder of the Mega Stack event. Got her in a heart. So we just finished up at the APT with the Mega Stack. No luck in that one. Finished around 130th. I think they're actually still taking registrations, but they're around the 170 mark. Managed to get a bit short. Blinds are up to 1,500, 3,000. I had about 30, just over 30,000. So 10 big blinds. Raised in front of me, I looked down at pocket sixes, decided to shove. Guy behind me agonised about folding, and of course I ran into pocket fives. Normally think that'd be a good thing, but 5 on the turn kind of puts pay to my chances of winning the tournament. So yeah, that's my APT run and done. As I said in the earlier mid tournament update, Jamie Burton style, very reasonable event. Happily, not too much different from regular APT events. The only difference is they got hand sanitizers out, and they're wiping down tables frantically on breaks and displaying Glen 20 around and all this sort of stuff, and they've got signs up about distancing and things like that. But apart from that, it's pretty much poker as normal. Results wise, I suppose it is. But yeah, I think fairly successful series overall by all reports, and good to get some live poker happening again. As I said, I heard an interview with Poker Media Australia with David Miles, one of the people behind APT, and he was saying that there's another event planned for Southport I believe it was actually later in the year, although it might be early next year. I can't remember off the top of my head, but another event planned up in Queensland, and you're saying that basically the laws in Victoria prevented them from running an event like this in Victoria, but New South Wales is something that they want to get back to, running their events at Bankstown Sports like they had been in the previous years. But again, we'll see what happens with border closures and COVID restrictions and hotspots and all that sort of stuff that's been going on of late. So yeah, not quite the result I was looking for. Good to get back playing on the live felt, and yeah, hope to see you again for another vlog soon.